What is the difference between Eurostar Plus and Eurostar Premier? On my next 2 Eurostar trips, I'm going to find out.
If you don't know, Eurostar has 3 main classes. Most seats are standard class. Then you can upgrade for a small to medium amount to get Eurostar Plus tickets. The next upgrade is a greater amount, and that is Eurostar Premier tickets. Think of it as economy is the standard class, Eurostar Plus is premium economy, and Eurostar Premier is business.
So I'm just sitting at London St Pancras station, and in a minute I'm going to go through and board a Eurostar train to Amsterdam Centraal. So today I'm in the Eurostar Plus, the middle class, and in 9 days time I will be taking the Eurostar Premier, and that will also be in this video. Now I may be going for the fancy options in this video, but I do normally travel on Eurostar Standard, and it is still a very good service. I'm just at international departures now. It is exactly the time that the Eurostar app told me to get here. So let's go through it. When we're at the other end, I'll tell you what you can expect in standard Eurostar class. This is my train today. I'm off all the way to Amsterdam. As a Eurostar Plus customer, you do join the standard line, which can get quite long. But if you are a Eurostar Premier customer, you do actually get your own entrance here. So you can skip the queue, and I think they do give you a later time on your app that you can arrive at.
If you are going to mainland Europe on the Eurostar, you might want to know a few words of the local lingo. So I'm overjoyed to introduce the sponsor of today's video, Babbel. Babbel is one of the top language learning apps in the world and is scientifically proven to help you start speaking a language in just 3 weeks. It's easy to use and has travel-specific classes, so you can learn the most appropriate words and phrases for your trip. I already know decent Spanish from traveling and living in Mexico, but I've been revising my language skills with Babbel, and now I can say really useful phrases such as
Yo fui a Ecuador en enero.
Yo fui a Ecuador en enero.
Él fue a Uruguay de vacaciones.
Él fue a Uruguay de vacaciones.
With 14 languages on offer and daily lessons starting from around 15 minutes, designed by real language teachers, Babbel is designed to perfectly fit around busy work and travel schedules. Click on my link to get up to 55% off during Babbel's Black Friday sale.
Gracias, y ahora regresamos a el video.
If I was business on this leg, I would be able to go into here, the Eurostar Premier Lounge, but that is strictly only for Eurostar Premier customers. So if you're Eurostar Plus, you have to sit in the main area. The perks only really begin when you get on the train. But let's talk about standard class, because most of my Eurostar journeys are with standard class. It is still really nice. It's a high-speed train, it's a modern train. Standard class is 2-2 configuration. Everyone has a table, whether that be a fold-down table, or if you sit at a table seat, you'll have a table between 4 of you. There are plug outlets, there's loads of space to store your bag, so honestly, standard is still a good option. Dining-wise, you can go to the Eurostar Cafe and purchase any items there. I do find the selection can be a little bit limited. It's usually just sandwiches or wraps or that kind of thing, and for breakfast it's like pastries, but of course there are also options at St Pancras, Paris Gare du Nord, etc. We're boarding now. I was in the wrong boarding area for my ticket. Got 1 to 5 this side, 6 to 18 this side, and I'm in number 2. Show you a little bit around the cabin. So this was completely full when we left London, but we've stopped at Lille, Brussels and Rotterdam, so more and more people have got off at each stop, so it's empty enough for me to kind of show you around now. So I was at one of these 4 seats, which wouldn't have been my first choice, but I actually only upgraded yesterday and there were limited seats available, so I ended up here with 3 who all got off at Brussels. There are 2 seats here, and there are even some single seats as well, so this would have been my first choice, a single seat going forward. There's also a single seat over there as well, but that one is going backwards at the moment. Like normal Eurostar, the tables are a bit funny. I've always found these a bit strange, so you push them in and you get them like that, and then if you want to use them for eating or for your laptop, you pull them out. I guess this design does mean that you do get a bit more leg room when you're not using the table.
There are really accessible plugs, which is super handy, just here, and they're really easy to get to, which makes such a difference. I feel like half the time on trains I'm always like rooting around trying to find where to put the plug in. So it is a lot more spacious than the standard Eurostar because it will be the same width but a 2-2 configuration. So you've got wider seats, you've obviously got the one there and the two there, but they're both wider, and I think the aisle is a bit wider as well. My bag is just down there. There's plenty of bag storage, and there's also bins here and more storage here. The one random thing I did notice, which I think is different to standard class, is that in standard class, because you don't have as many dividers in the seats, you do actually have baggage storage between the seats, which you don't seem to have here, but there was plenty of baggage storage at the end of the carriage. This is what I mean by the dividers, but I guess that makes you feel like you have a bit more privacy. And then here there's actually a whole sliding door, and this is all the same carriage. And again, I guess that's to give it a bit more privacy, and also if there's a group being loud in one half, at least that means it doesn't disturb the other half. Now let's talk about food. So in Eurostar Plus you are served a light meal. It's not a 3-course meal or anything like that. It is enough if you only fancy a small dinner, but if you're going to want something big, you're going to need to eat before or after. Now, I only upgraded to Eurostar Plus last night, and because it was less than 24 hours, I wasn't able to add a vegetarian meal, so I wasn't sure if I would be able to eat on the train. However, when they brought the dishes around, they had one dish with chicken and one vegetarian dish. So what I had was a chickpea, tahini, carrot, parsnip kind of dish with a little piece of chocolate on the side, and then I only got a sparkling water, but I could have got a soft drink or an alcoholic drink, and then they also brought around tea and coffee. Find out about business next time, but I believe you get a 3-course dinner. The main perks of Eurostar Plus are that you get more space, the chance to sit alone if you are travelling solo, the carriages are quieter, and you get some included food. I will break down the typical costs at the end of the video, but as a spoiler, I did get this for free. Not as a media thing, anyone can get this upgrade. I was pretty sure there were quite a few more perks to travelling in Premier class, so let's fast forward 8 days where I found myself in Paris about to board the fanciest Eurostar of my life.
Here we go, I am on the 11:36 to London St Pancras International, and check-in is open.
Now, as I mentioned in London, Eurostar Premier has its own check-in line. This is also the case at Paris Gare du Nord.
Oh my goodness me. So the fast track only applies for the initial kind of ticket check. Then you have to go through the French e-gates, passport check, and then the British e-gates, and then security. And that isn't any kind of priority access or anything like that. So actually, the fast track isn't as good as I thought it would be. Anyway, let's carry on with the Eurostar Premier experience. I'm going to head up to the lounge. This is a really nice, relaxing space, much more calm than the chaos that is downstairs. So it's a huge seating area at the moment, at least there's tons of space, and there is a small buffet. Not that many options. I guess it's still technically breakfast time, so there's pain au chocolat, croissants, a bit of fruit, a few like sweets, and then there are quite a few drinks. You can get soft drinks, there are juices, and there is beer as well. So it is very much a snack buffet, but I know I will get fed on the train. I am back down into the mix of things, and I believe I am boarding. If I'm not, I'll go back to the lounge. Platform number 5. Okay. It's very quiet on here, so I'm going to do a very quiet seat tour. So the seats are at a 2-1 formation, so you can have 2 seats facing each other, 1 seat on its own, 2 twos facing each other, or 2 seats on their own. I opted for 1 seat on my own. This is what it looks like. So I've got a big tray table here. This is definitely bigger than the ones you get in standard, and I think bigger than the ones you get in plus as well. And what's this? I guess this is to put my magazines in. Oh, and a little mirror above here. Here we've got a cup holder, I guess, and a little reading light there. Another little pocket there, and there should be plenty of space under my seat to put this bag. And this is my little valuables bag. I don't have very long legs, so I never need that much leg room anyway. I won't really be needing this today as I'm travelling in the daytime, but we've got another reading light here that I can turn on and off.
armrests on either side, and then there is a lever here that I can use to recline the seat a little bit, but I won't do that as someone's sitting behind me. Here we have an EU plug outlet and a USB outlet. And these seats are all the same in the Premier carriages. The only difference is whether you're sitting next to someone or not. I've got a refreshing towel and a menu. Now this is a difference to the Eurostar Plus because you just get someone coming around with food and you get told what you're going to have, whereas here we have a full menu. Lunch, or at least part of lunch, has been served. So this is the amuse-bouche, the dessert and a little snack. And my main is just coming, so that will go here. So it's all served on this tray. You'd get the vegan option. Thinking about it, I probably would have been alright with the vegetarian option, but a bit fussy. I just don't like eggs at all. So this is pepper, courgette and curry powder here. It's actually all in French on it, but it's a mix of orge à la menthe. I don't know, I read that as mint and caramelised vegetables. Oh, it is mint. It's actually really nice. I can really taste the mint.
This is a good biscuit. This will be coated in dark chocolate, topped with dried fruit. Oh no, it's like a chocolate disc.
And the toilets are pretty standard train toilets. I think these might be a little bit bigger than your normal Eurostar. You can even book out these little meeting pods for business meetings on the train. Now, I loved everything about Eurostar Premier. The food was great, the service was exceptional, and the seats were super spacious and comfy. However, it did come at a cost. It cost me a whopping £326 for this 2-hour 20-minute journey from Paris to London. I definitely won't be doing this every time I take the Eurostar. Eurostar Plus, however, can be at really good rates. When I've done it previously, I paid €25 for a last-minute upgrade, but this time I got it for even cheaper. Well, I got it for free. And this is because I've taken Eurostar a set amount of times over the last year that I've racked up enough points to be able to get an upgrade. To be honest, I got the upgrade after I booked this business class ticket, so I think it was probably due to that gave me enough points in their loyalty program to get the upgrade. But it goes to show that anyone can get this upgrade. You just have to travel with Eurostar enough. I don't think I'll be able to justify going Premier class again, but I will definitely look for Plus upgrades where I can, because I definitely think that is an upgrade worth doing. However, even without an upgrade, I still love Eurostar as a service. I think it's a fantastic train, and even the standard class is excellent. Let me know in the comments if you ever take Eurostar and what is your preferred class if you do. If you're sticking around, I recommend checking out this video about a night train that I took from Paris to Berlin. Thanks so much for watching. Next time we'll be exploring some hidden gems in Amsterdam, and I hope I'll see you there.